so hot. Why it is so hot today? If I ask you a question, what are the causes of global warming? Could you answer it? Of course, yes, because all of us already know about it and are familiar with the global warming terms that perfectly describe our situation right now. If I want to identify or describe this climate change, it is can be described as long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns that supposedly happen naturally, but most of the causes that contribute to climate change and global warming phenomenon happen because of our own acts and activities. When we talk about knowledge about climate change and global warming, we can say that most of the people around the globe already know about it, but the problem is we didn't have much awareness and knowledge to help to find a solution to sustain our future. When we talk about causes of climate change, we can say that cutting down the forest is one of the causes that impact climate change the most. Climate change, if we talk about causes of climate change, cutting down the forest, the basic ways and ideas to solve this kind of problems is we can say tree planting and reforestation. It seem like a simple way and easy, but it is actually really difficult and challenging for people, especially someone who live in urban area, because they didn't have any land or space. Based on our research, most people state that it is hard for them to gardening because of limitation of land or space that availability in their house. Because of rapid development and increases of population in urban area, most of land and space are used to develop various facilities that meet with society needs. When we talk about knowledge of gardening, most of people basically only have traditional method knowledge that basically use land and soil as their base for gardening. And because of that, because of lack of land and also knowledge about this kind of method, they feel discouraged to gardening in their area, especially in urban area who have such a limitation of space or something. When we talk about this kind of problem, we actually have a big news for all of you. We actually already found a method that not only offer one but offer you a various of method that can be used to gardening in our flexible and diverse of urban area. That's all. Now let's continue to the next part, which is various method of gardening.
Hi everyone, my name is Omar Saudi Monashi, and today I will talk to you about urban planting. I will provide you on what benefits do you have if you plant in urban areas. First and foremost, urban planting helps to improve our healthy lifestyle. Other than doing that, we eat many healthy foods such as vegetables and fruits. Surely, if we the one that plants the vegetables and fruits on our own efforts, so just if you have any stress, go out and have a fresh air with your own plants. Second, the urban planting can be a continuous activities for the associations. Associations in Malaysia were so many, such as in the school we have clubs such as science club, we have gardening club, and many others. Also in our neighborhood we also have residence club or association, and we also have worldwide associations such as Worldwide Fund for Nature (WWF). All these associations may have their agenda every year, so we suggest for them to do an open planting their area. They can make a campaign to plant your own at your home, or they can also plant it on undeveloped land. Last but not least, urban planting can be teach to the children as an extra knowledge for them. They only study about these plants in their phones. Why don't parents use their free time to spend it out with their kids using activities like planting in your backyard? Urban planting have many options you can do it, such as hanging gardens. You also can plant it traditionally in the ground. Also, we have hydroponics, where we can teach the children about hydroponics using aloe vera as example. That's all for me. Thank you, and move on to the next person.
Hi guys, Daniel's here. Now we go to these advantages, the cons of hydroponics. The first one requires ongoing inspection and upkeep. Compared to conventional plant cultivation, hydroponics demands a high level of oversight and micromanagement. All system components, light, temperature, and several nutrient solution characteristics including pH and electrical conductivity need ongoing monitoring to provide a preciously controlled growing environment. In order to avoid accumulation and clogging, the nutrient solution must also be flushed and changed on a regular basis. Okay, the next one is waterborne infections. Since hydroponically grown plants are cultivated in water rather than soil, the prevalence of waterborne infections is much higher. Infections can swiftly spread across the growing system as a whole, impacting the entire collection of plants due to the system's continual water circulation. In extreme circumstances, a waterborne illness can quickly eliminate all the plants in a hydroponic system. Okay, the third one is pricing. Hydroponic farming, in contrast to traditional soil-based farming, requires priced equipment, at least for the first installation. No matter what kind of system you intend to construct, you will need containers, extra lighting, a purchase timer, and quality fertilizers. The only ongoing expenses will be for the nutrients and the electricity once the system is finally set up.
Does this mean that hydroponics has disadvantages? Then it is better not to do it, right?
It's not like that. Everything we do still has disadvantages. For example, the intake of sugar in the diet is important to supply us with energy, but when excessive, it can cause diabetes. In the context of hydroponics, for example, the disadvantages of hydroponics are expensive. What can we do? We can just do normal hydroponic cultivation. You don't need a big and sophisticated machine to make hydroponics. As long as the necessary materials and goods are sufficient, we can continue to grow hydroponically.
Alright, now let's talk about how to urban gardening. There are several things to consider when we want to plant in urban area. First thing first is to understand the needs of plants. 5 necessity of plants, which is water, light, air, space, and nutrients, are needed for plantation to stay alive. Since water and air resources are redundant, the 3 remaining elements needs to focus on in case of urban gardening. When we talk about where should we plant at our home, presence of sunlight and space availability should be the first things that comes in mind. This might be the main issue of urban gardening because of how building structure of most cities are built. Tall and packed buildings are the most common situation that prevents sunlight from reaching our home, thus making it nearly impossible to grow any kind of plant that depends on sunlight. Space is also a main element for plant to grow. Plant needs space to provide itself nutrient. That explains by root searching for water and shoot and leaf responds to the direction of the sun. Without enough space, plants need to compete each other to get the same resources and surely will affecting the growth of the plant. Traditional and potted method of plantation share one thing in common, which is both are using soil as growth medium. As we all know that soil or potting medium very highly accessible as they are can be found easily in our environment or area, and also available at the nursery or even online shopping. Potted plant can be very effective in reducing space consumption of gardening besides enabling us to freely positioning our plant without constraint to specific place like traditional ground planting is. This liberty of positioning plant also ensures soilless space, notably area that illuminated by sunlight, such as balconies or rooftop, occupied by your plant of choice. In case of the absence of sunlight, lamp can be also used to provide enough light energy for plants. Grow light or full spectrum LED lamp are capable of replacing the sun completely, making indoor planting possible to achieve, thanks to the technology that we have now. So as we are doing a campaign of sustaining future, we encourage to those who live in urban area to start your own plantation at home. As an easy start, I highly recommend simple hydroponic as your first step to gardening at home. Why hydroponic, you ask? Aside from the environmental benefit of green plantation, hydroponic method that mainly used to grow vegetation such as lettuce, spinach or even onions is really great for self-sustainability as it is generate food for household usage. Through quadruple helix model, the implementation of hydroponic in our life also part of becoming intellectual and conscious community that can bring us to a big change of our society, economy and country across intellectual involvement, especially educational organization that we are fond with. With all being said, get our lifestyle more towards environmental and overall positive benefit and happy gardening.